All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely deconstruct the architectural philosophies behind today's biggest enterprise data platforms, so we can understand how they actually differ. If you've been working anywhere in the tech space recently, you've undoubtedly heard these names tossed around in boardrooms and engineering meetings. But, underneath all the marketing jargon, they actually represent fundamentally different visions for the future of data.
Okay, let's just acknowledge the absolute explosion of modern data that enterprises are currently drowning in. We aren't just talking about simple spreadsheets anymore, right? We are wrangling highly complex AI pipelines, real-time telemetry from apps, and literally mountains of unstructured documents. Over the last decade, an entirely new generation of platforms had to emerge just to keep us from sinking.
And that brings us to the big three: Snowflake, Databricks, and Starburst. With all of these systems offering cloud storage, SQL querying, and AI support, it brings up a really fascinating question. Do these platforms actually do the exact same thing? I mean, at first glance, you might think, well, yeah, they all sell enterprise data solutions. But the reality? The reality is far more interesting. To unpack that illusion of sameness, here's our roadmap for the explainer. We'll start with the modern data explosion, then deconstruct Snowflake, Databricks, and Starburst, explore how AI blurs the lines, and finish up with the future of enterprise intelligence.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the modern data explosion, from traditional warehouses to modern chaos.
If we look back historically, enterprises relied on traditional data warehouses. Think of them like neatly organized filing cabinets, meant for strictly governed, structured reporting. But as the 2010s brought this massive explosion of streaming systems, machine learning workloads, and endless cloud storage, well, those old cabinets completely overflowed. To handle modern chaos at scale, we desperately needed a new architectural approach. Moving on to Section 2, Snowflake, Cloud Analytics Simplified, optimizing the cloud warehouse.
Now, Snowflake's core innovation was the strong separation of compute from storage. In traditional setups, storage and compute were tightly coupled together. If you needed more processing power, you literally had to buy more storage space too. It's kind of like having to rent an entirely new warehouse just because you hired more forklift drivers to move the boxes. Doesn't make sense, right? Snowflake decoupled them, meaning you scale them completely independently. This was an absolute game changer for operational flexibility.
And this setup? Business intelligence teams absolutely loved it. You store massive amounts of data in the cloud, you spin up isolated compute clusters only when someone actually runs a query, and you get lightning-fast, SQL-first analytics with virtually zero infrastructure management. It just made cloud reporting magically simple to use.
The entire Snowflake philosophy really boils down to this idea: centralize analytics elegantly inside a highly managed cloud-native warehouse. They want you to bring your data into their beautifully managed ecosystem. If you value operational simplicity, fast queries, and empowering your teams without the headache of managing servers, this is a seriously compelling vision.
All right, let's pivot to Section 3, Databricks, Unified AI Lakehouse, from Apache Spark to AI operations.
Instead of optimizing primarily for traditional analytics, Databricks went a completely different route. They heavily embraced the concept of the lakehouse, which quickly became one of the biggest trends in modern infrastructure. See, a data lake is great for massive, cheap storage of raw data, but it's terrible for reliable analytics. A warehouse is great for analytics, but bad for cheap, unstructured data. The lakehouse architecture attempts to give you the absolute best of both worlds.
So, they built a unified data and AI ecosystem. It's built for heavy lifting. We're talking tools like Apache Spark for massive data processing, MLflow for tracking complex AI models, and open table formats so you aren't locked into one vendor. It is essentially a high-powered factory built specifically for data scientists and developers who need to run large-scale distributed computation. Databricks' mantra is all about positioning themselves as an AI-native operating system. Unify data engineering, AI, and analytics on a lakehouse platform. They aren't trying to just be a better warehouse. Their philosophy is that your complex pipelines, your model training, and your analytics shouldn't live in isolated silos. They should all live under one unified, open roof.
Which brings us to Section 4, Starburst, Distributed Query Federation, querying data exactly where it lives.
Okay, think about the reality for massive global enterprises. Your data is everywhere. It's in old databases, across multiple different clouds, and it's in regional data lakes. Trying to physically copy and move all of that into one central platform is a logistical nightmare. And honestly, the cloud egress fees alone will completely drain your budget. Starburst completely avoids this massive centralized migration through distributed query virtualization.
Instead of moving everything, Starburst uses Trino, which is a massively powerful open-source SQL engine to allow you to query your data seamlessly, right where it already lives. Think of it like a universal remote control. You don't move the data to the compute, you bring the compute to the data. You connect the engine and execute cross-platform analytics as if it were all sitting in one room. It's a completely different way to approach architecture.
The big takeaway here is Starburst's commitment to this federated, decentralized vision. Leave data distributed and query everything intelligently across environments. If your organization is highly complex, geographically distributed, or dealing with strict regulatory constraints that prevent data from moving, this philosophy offers a really powerful alternative to the centralize everything approach.
So let's put all three of these head-to-head to clearly compare how their distinct philosophies dictate how they optimize for massive enterprise costs. Snowflake says centralize and optimizes costs by letting you spin compute up and down elastically. Databricks says unify and optimizes costs through highly efficient distributed compute for heavy AI workloads. And Starburst says federate, optimizing costs simply by avoiding the massive network and storage fees associated with constantly moving your data around. Three incredible platforms, three completely different architectural priorities.
Moving into Section 5, how AI blurs the lines, the convergence of capabilities. Here's where things get wild. The historical walls between isolated warehouses and operational systems are rapidly collapsing. AI-native enterprises need structured analytics right alongside unstructured intelligence. You need your standard business reporting talking directly to your AI tools. Because of this massive pressure, all three of these platforms are aggressively expanding into each other's territories, kind of converging toward the center to build unified continuous intelligence ecosystems.
Finally, Section 6, the future of enterprise intelligence, the new operating layer.
We are seeing a massive convergence of strategic infrastructure. All three platforms are investing heavily in unified governance, streaming, and real-time query orchestration. I mean, things like knowing exactly who accessed the sensitive file, which AI model consumed it, and what compliance constraints apply. That kind of governance is no longer an afterthought. It's absolutely critical. The platform that best unifies data engineering, AI orchestration, and secure governance into one seamless flow, they're going to win the enterprise.
At the end of the day, we have to stop thinking of these as just different database products you buy off a shelf. They represent entirely different visions for how modern enterprises process and operationalize data at a global scale. They are fiercely competing to become the literal operating layer for your company's intelligence.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought for today's explainer. As data ecosystems converge and you look to the future, which architectural philosophy will serve as the brain for your enterprise? Will you centralize elegantly for simplicity, unify deeply for AI supremacy, or federate intelligently across a distributed landscape? Your competitive advantage over the next decade depends entirely on the choice you make today. Thanks so much for joining, and keep questioning the architecture.